Really excited to speak with you. Obviously there's a lot going on. There's the tour, there's this tribute album. I just There's so many people on this tribute album that are your peers, your disciples, your the people that influenced you. It must feel like 40 years on, a really amazing moment to have all these people on this record.
Wow, what a great beginning to an interview. That was awesome. Um, I have a two-sided answer to your question. And number one, my first practical comment is I'm getting older and I'm starting to get tributed. And
Mm,
it feels really strange because I feel so alive and so young in my spirit, and my musical journey is just getting started. There's the other side of me now that mom is gone
yeah.
that says, absolutely, we should honor this music and not forget where we come from, kind of thing. Mom and I started in 1984, and what we did was historical. We made herstory. And this album is a tribute to that. That to me makes total sense.
That's amazing. I was, at some point going to ask you how you're doing these days with, obviously you mentioned your mother is gone, and now you're revisiting all your old material, but you seem to be in a really good place.
I'm peacefully optimistic most of the time. And then when I'm not, I'm in hell. And
Mm.
it's the weirdest thing. Grief is a funny, weird, wacky, mysterious process. And I'm about to cry right now just because if I'm looking out at the clouds and I see these beautiful sky spots in the middle of all this darkness on the farm, and I see crows flying, and I look down and I see the miniature donkeys, and I see the pigs, and the chickens are over there, and the dogs are downstairs, and I feel so alive. Yet there's death, that I'm dealing with. And so there's life after death. And when the death happens, it's just so painful and so incredibly dark. And I just sit there and I close my eyes and I breathe and I squeeze my butt together and I go, I can make it through this. And I just keep breathing really deeply until I feel better.
I think you're so relatable. You mentioned therapy, and even at the Ryman Memorial for your mother, you talked about family therapy. Do you have any stories of your fans basically saying the fact that you are so open about
Yes,
what you're going through is helpful to
yes,
them?
yes. I'm still reading the cards and letters, by the way, from the funeral
Wow.
time period. And I look at these letters and I see people say, I got into AA, or I go to therapy now because of the Judds. We're dysfunctional at like any other family. And Ashley and she and I are so smart in terms of our own world views. And we have to remember, you can either be right or you can be loved. And it's important to remember that.
Since we're talking obviously about this tribute album beat coinciding with the 40th anniversary of the Judds, and I was saying how you grew up in the spotlight, there's all the famous, wonderful legends about, how your mother, about how much she hustled to get you this RCA deal that we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of. Do you did you want that at the time? Obviously, I feel you were born for stardom in the spotlight, but was this something that was more her idea and you were dragged along? Like, what was the
I
situation?
was really angry with mom for like the first couple of years, I'll be honest, because I felt like I got tricked into doing something I didn't sign up for. And the reason I say that is because I signed up for music. I didn't sign up for the fame and even
Mm,
the fortune. I went from welfare to millionaire, and that's just too much for a 17-year-old. And anybody will tell you winning the lottery is a really weird, and if you read about most of the people, they lose everything that they won
mm.
because people don't know how to process money and they don't know how to process all the stuff that comes at them. I was mad at mom because I remember telling her the first time on stage, I remember this like it was yesterday. I said, I want to go home. And she looked at me and she said, just sing.
So do you think you would have ended up on this path, country music, country stardom, had you not had that push when you were a teenager from your
I
mom?
would not. I don't have the ambition at that
Wow.
point in my life. I'm 17 and I don't even have a boyfriend, and I don't know what to do. And I've just gotten out of high school and just graduated from high school. And I attempted suicide at 17, and then I got a record deal.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry about that.
Part of the story. It's part of the story. It's what's made me as strong as I am today. That's why I can talk about it, because I didn't, it obviously didn't work, and I'm still here, and
I'm glad. Yeah,
I'm
obviously
an
I'm glad.
advocate. I'm an advocate for people choosing to stay. I'm working on a new record right now.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I'm singing as much as I've ever sung in my entire life, with as much conviction as I've ever had in my life. And I feel so strong. And yet that's today. Tomorrow, we don't know. I'm writing a song called Get It, and it's going to relate to every single person out there that wants to get it. Whatever it is, get it. Get up and get it. And I'm on my way to absolutely being on fire. Doing it, man. I'm making it happen, and I'm there, and I'm present, and I'm fully engaged. I could not be more alive.